Hi, today is Monday, August 6th, and I'm located actually in the global economic north, Ontario, Canada, and I'm just doing some filming today around, different topics. But I wanted to come back to one of the videos that I did, I think a little bit over a year ago. It was about black feminism and introducing people to it. And, I was just reading through the comments, and, I'd like to respond to every single comment, but I just have to figure out another way to be able to. And, one of the things that I find very interesting is to see how people actually engage with the topic. There's some individuals who are making these comments to say that the thing that's actually elevating the black community is harmful to the community. And, to those folks, all I can say is that you need to question why you're even fucking here. Because you know what? When I say here, I mean on my fucking channel. And when you actually come and make these kinds of comments, you're welcome to speak in your language, or when I say speak in your language, speak in your expression. Make your language accessible, but also, you know, try and make an effort to learn about what people are saying. Black feminism is not white feminism. Black feminism doesn't focus on, hatred of men, but it actually focuses on, reconciling um, all the atrocities that have been imposed on the black community. So it look into, for example, in the black community, you have a lot of people that will say, "Oh, praise Jesus" or whatever, but they've never actually sat down and said, "Who the fuck is this Jesus fuck?" And actually read something like the Bible. So, you know, um, they listen to what is being fed to them, but they actually don't critically engage with the material. And so, black feminism would actually provide sort of a written piece about how to enrich your spirit. And let's say there's another issue of like poverty. What black feminism would do is look at, excuse me, sort of the origins of poverty. Where did this thing come from? How does the system work? Okay, and how do you actually reposition the system or restructure it so that you actually have the empowerment of black people? Reconciling of black families, the coming together of black couples, the reproduction of black children. These types of things is what black feminism works on. And to put this into a different context, I guess, is that, for example, the indigenous in Canada went through this experience where colonialists, they just showed up, and they were very deceitful, they were very, very dishonest. And what they ended up doing was manipulating situations to sort of write their own interests into history. And so a lot of the indigenous community was killed, murdered by disease, weapons, and through this thing called residential school system. And so even though there is arguments to say that there no longer is this residential school system and there's integration and there's respect, there isn't. So people from the Aboriginal community also have to reconcile with their culture and reconcile with all the good things in life where they can actually empower their own community. And one way to empower their own community is actually not to disempower themselves. So black feminism works in a similar way where it speaks to the marginal in the community and works to reconcile um, the empowerment so that it works in a way to benefit everyone. And I know that within black feminism or just the black community, there's some men that are like diehard, say, oh, black women should shut the fuck up and they should wear a long skirt and hats and all this kind of bullshit. And then there's some women like us that say to those men, you know what, you need to stop behaving like the oppressor, you know? You need to stop doing this stuff and you need to start reconciling with your culture. So people who are outside the community also have to exercise a kind of positionality to say, why am I learning about this community and not addressing the atrocities that my community actually contributed to this community? So there's different ways to engage with black feminism, but to you out there that just make these comments and you don't even pick up a fucking book to actually read stuff and say, oh, then you know what? Really question why you're making comments. And if you're there to, get some kind of validation for your self-esteem, then you actually have to go and explore that stuff, and try and figure out, well, why am I doing this, right? And black feminism is actually very beneficial to the community. So I want to thank you all for your comments. Please continue to comment. I am going to try and see how I can work another system to actually, respond to all comments, because I don't want to leave it where, you get a team and they sort of speak for on your behalf. It's just, doesn't become very personal, and I want to keep things very, very in tune and very direct. So I want to thank you for your comments, and please do continue to comment. And for all of the black sisters out there, please do contribute to black feminism, because you know our black sisters, four sisters, had left this stuff for us to develop. So we have to continue that tradition. So please do contribute to it. And like myself, I'm working on anthologies, and but it comes down to an income base. And why can't I celebrate my gifts and getting paid for that? Like, I don't know how this thing works, so I'm trying to work through things. You know, being like becoming a black professor, and then working through racial profiling, and working through how do I actually reconcile my family values, meaning when I actually want to have my own family, what kinds of things do I want to develop with my mate, and what kinds of things do I want to look for, and it's like the things that I should have learned when I was younger, I never did. So this is why black feminism is very, very helpful to us. And so I just wanted to say thank you for your comments. And, please do continue to comment. I am reading through the comments and learning, but there's ones that are, unfairly positioning themselves just to, I don't even know. They're just writing shit, what it seems to me, because what you should do is actually go back to the text and try and inform yourself first before you actually make a statement, or just make the statement, but try and engage with the issue. The issue is what? A community trying to empower itself. Well, how could it empower itself when there's no access to resources, economic resources, right? So or economic mobility. So thanks for your comments, and continue to make the videos, and continue to type back to you and stuff. So thanks, and I hope wherever you are all well.